What makes her pick him over others? When it comes to romantic relationships, we've all been there, watching from the sidelines as she chooses him. Not the wealthiest, not the most handsome, not even the kindest. And a silent scream forms in your mind. Why him? We cling to the comfortable lie that love is a checklist of merits, a transaction of qualities where the best man wins. But what if you've been seeing the entire game backwards? The unsettling paradox is that the man who wins is often not the one who tries to win at all. This isn't about superficial tactics. It's about a fundamental state of being you have lost touch with. You see her choice not as a mystery, but as a reflection of a deeper, invisible hierarchy. It feels arbitrary, a cruel trick of fate. But what if her decision is the most honest response to a hidden signal you are unconsciously broadcasting? A signal not of want, but of need? Not of confidence, but of a deeper existential lack? We beg for validation through achievement. We perform like court jesters, hoping for a crown we can only be given, never take. And in that very act of pleading, we disqualify ourselves. The answer isn't in what you do, but in what you are at your very core. So, what is this hidden language of true value she is instinctively responding to? And why have you been taught to speak it so poorly? The silence that follows that question is where the real truth begins. This isn't a flaw in your strategy. It is a flaw in your very perception of self. The hidden problem is what the German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer termed the will to life, a blind, striving force within us that seeks not happiness, but propagation. She isn't consciously choosing him. She is responding to a deep biological imperative that reads his being as a compatible vessel for this will. You, in your conscious striving to be chosen, have become a slave to what Schopenhauer called the principle of individuation. You see yourself as separate, needy, and incomplete. You operate from a deficit. Carl Jung would point to the shadow you refuse to integrate. The man who isn't chosen often polishes his persona, his mask, to a high shine, believing perfection is the key. But she is not drawn to the mask. She is drawn to the authentic, integrated self beneath it, the one that owns its darkness and its light. Your desperation is a scent you cannot wash off, a vibration of lack that screams you are not enough on your own. You seek her to complete you, and in doing so, you announce you are incomplete. This is the psychological trap. The very act of seeking external validation proves you lack the internal validation required to win it. So, we must ask, if striving is the problem, what is the state of being that transcends it? This silent, desperate striving shapes your entire reality, creating a world of quiet desperation. The unseen consequence is a life lived as a performance, a relentless audition where you are both the anxious actor and the harsh critic. Neurologically, you reinforce a loop of lack. Each rejection or moment of invisibility isn't an event, but proof of your unworthiness, deepening the neural pathways of insecurity. You become a prisoner of what Sartre called bad faith, performing a role you believe you must play to be loved, all while knowing it is a lie. This inauthenticity is a cage. Culturally, we are conditioned to seek the immediate dopamine of a match's notification or a liked photo, mistaking this shallow validation for genuine connection. We are, as Aldous Huxley foresaw, distracted by a trivial pursuit of pleasure, avoiding the deeper work of building a substantive self. This constant outsourcing of your worth to another's gaze makes you fragile. You become predictable, a product on a shelf, waiting to be selected. Your energy becomes supplicating, not sovereign. And in a cruel twist, this very predictability is what makes you invisible. She doesn't seek a finished product. She seeks a compelling force. So, if the performance is the prison, what is the key that shatters the act and reveals the authentic man beneath? The rebellion is not an action, but a cessation. It is the radical act of stopping the performance. This is the counterintuitive escape, to cease seeking her gaze entirely and turn it inward with unflinching honesty. You must annihilate the persona you built to be loved and confront the raw, unfiltered self underneath, what Jung called the process of individuation. This is not about building confidence, but uncovering a fundamental integrity that exists prior to any opinion. It is a shift from needing to be seen as valuable to embodying value, unconditionally. This is the mindset of the man who is chosen. He is not orbiting her reality. He is the gravitational center of his own. He engages from a place of genuine curiosity, not covert negotiation. His presence communicates a deep-seated autonomy, what Viktor Frankl identified as the ultimate freedom, the ability to choose one's attitude in any set of circumstances. He is not there to receive value, but to offer the value of his authentic experience. He has broken the contract of neediness. This sovereignty is irresistible because it is a promise of freedom, not a demand for labor. But this begs the final, terrifying question. What is the ultimate truth that makes this state of being not just a tactic, but your permanent reality? The ultimate truth is that her choice was never about him. It was always about you. Your entire focus has been a misdirection, a desperate attempt to decipher the code in another, when the only code that mattered was the one you were broadcasting from your own soul. She is not a prize to be won, but a mirror reflecting back the relationship you have with yourself. The man chosen embodies a reality she wishes to step into, not one of perfection, but of permission. Permission to be imperfect, to be human, to be real. He offers a universe, not a vacancy. This is the final paradigm shift. Love is not a transaction of need, but a resonance of wholeness. You are not overlooked because you are lacking, but because you are pleading. The moment you stop seeking a witness to your life and become the sovereign author of it, everything changes. You are no longer a question begging for an answer. You become the answer. And in that profound, unshakable stillness, you will find you are no longer the one choosing her, or even him. You are simply choosing yourself. And that is the choice that changes everything. In the end, attraction is a complex and multifaceted thing. It's not just about one quality or trait. It's about a combination of factors that come together to make someone irresistible. By understanding what makes someone attractive, we can enhance our personal relationships and find that special someone. If you've ever wondered what makes someone choose one person over another, share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more about relationship dynamics, be sure to check out my next video on the secrets of long-lasting relationships.